Change is something that humans are always going to struggle with. While some people will learn to adapt to it, others will just try to reject it. And this is the problem that Anime Vanguard ran into with Update 7. So those of you who don't already know, Update 7 added two new main enemy modifiers, Blinded and Depleted. Blinded is a debuff that is new, however is similar to a previous debuff that we have already dealt with, that being Energy Drain. However, Depleted is a completely new concept, and what it did is it pretty much shuts down every single meter engage unit. When we combine these two modifiers with high HP scaling, as well as regen, we get the new Legend stage, or EX stage. Now, the problem is that we are already restricted with the options that we can use because Depleted. Players can no longer use pretty much any meter unit, but now they also have to manage regen, high health enemies, as well as pretty much constant range debuffs. Now, the problem is, not everybody has the units to deal with these, and the solution to this is the new units. All the new AOT units are very good, and when used together, can essentially solo the new EX stage. But the problem is that these new units need to be ran next to each other in order to be effective. The problem here is not everybody wants to be forced into summoning and getting every single new unit, as well as evolving every single new unit, just to be able to complete the new stages. Not to mention that some people can get very unlucky and may not even be able to get any of the new units from their summons. In that situation, then you are really screwed because, your only really option is you either constantly grind Act 3, try to look for randoms to help you with Stage 4, which is very hard to do with more people, or you go back to farming gems, which is typically just infinites, in hope that you can eventually get a new unit, but obviously not everybody wants to do that, and that one in itself will cause people to lose interest in the game. I think the problem here lies is within the community. Truthfully, the community doesn't know what it wants, and that hasn't been any more apparent than today, because people have been complaining about a few specific units that, constantly run the meta. And when we are presented with a update and stage that these units are no longer effective, we get outroar. People don't want to use the new units. Instead, what people really want is they want to be able to use their pre-existing unit. They do not want to be forced into using new units. They do not want change. And this is very apparent, and this will also probably be the last time we ever see units like this again. So I hope that this is what the community wants, but if not, then there's nobody that they can blame other than themselves here. I feel like this is truly a shame because the AOT units as a team are probably one of the best team combos in the game. However, the biggest issue with the AOT team, in my opinion, is Ymir. That's because she is the hardest unit to get and is the cornerstone behind the AOT team. And since not many people actually grinded and got Ymir, not many people actually got to fully see the full potential of the AOT team. So they instantly called the units bad. I think a way they could have maybe avoided this is maybe making Ymir a Vanguard unit. Or what they could have done is they could have switched the roles of Ymir and Aaron, made Aaron be the cornerstone of the unit or of the team, and made him a Vanguard and gave him a quest line. Because people are a lot more attracted to more hype characters as well as Vanguard units. I personally think it doesn't matter if they decide to make Ymir or Aaron the Vanguard unit, more so that they needed a Vanguard unit for this to work, because what they could have done is they could have made the quest line make it so that it forces you into getting all the new units, and what that would have done is it would have showed people the potential of the AOT team while they were grinding for the Vanguard unit. And then at the very end of that, they are rewarded with a Vanguard unit that completes the team fully. Not only would this have introduced us to team comps, it would have introduced us to the very first true support Vanguard unit. So that's my opinion. I don't know if you guys agree. Let me know what you think. Maybe it wouldn't have helped, maybe it would have. It's unfortunate because this is easily the least buggy update that we had in a long time. So the fact that it was actually playable, yet the, I guess, unit or gameplay wasn't satisfying to the community is unfortunate. But let me know what you guys think about the update. Let me know if you agree with what I had to say, and I'll see you guys in the next one.